Hello, beautiful people. Thank you so much for tuning in, watching, and listening. This is going to be the June 2024 reading for the zodiac sign of Gemini. Welcome, fellow Geminis, and welcome to Gemini season. As always, my readings are going to be very intuitive, so I'll provide you with any intuitive messages that I receive, as well as meaning of the tarot cards. I do recommend you check out your sun, moon, and rising just to get a full picture of everything that's going on for you this month. And if you haven't done so already, please do subscribe to my YouTube channel. When you subscribe, that helps me greatly, and you'll be notified when I post new content. But let's go and get into it here. So column number 1, we're going to take a look at any big messages coming for the month of June. Column number 2, we're going to take a look at anything related to money. Column number 3, we're going to talk about anything related to love. And our 4th and final column here, we're going to do a message from our future self or spirit guides. So almost like this is going to be like advice for the month of June. We're also going to do 3 yes or no questions, a crystal of the month, and a healing note for you. But again, going to column number 1 here, Gemini, taking a look at any big messages coming for the month of June. We have the summary affirmation card of discernment. So if you look at this card, this person is surrounded by all this beautiful flower and greenery. And we're really a product of our environment. So who you surround yourself with, what you eat, what your bedroom, how clean it is. So again, we're a product of our environment. We absorb all of those things. So we want to eat good food, surround ourselves with good people, have a nice, tidy, clean life because we absorb all of those energies. Let's take a look though, see what messages we've got coming for the month of June here. So first we have the Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups is a card of being very nurturing, healing, supportive. I do feel like there's someone you're nurturing or kind of healing or trying to help this month, Gemini, which is nice to see. I also feel like there's like some success, some sort of victory, some sort of win coming for you here. If you look at the cup on the Queen of Cups, it's more of a trophy than a cup. So it's more of that kind of win type energy. But I feel like you're really loving and nurturing somebody this month, but I also feel like there's some sort of win. The next card that we have is the Moon card. The Moon card is the curve in the road. This is voluntarily making changes to get done what we need to get done. So again, I feel like there's something we're accomplishing. That's what the trophy is. But the path or the way that we're going to do it is going to change. So I feel like there's changes to how you get this victory, how you get this success. At the bottom, we have the Ace of Swords. Anytime we have an Ace card, Gemini, it's a card of newness. And in this case, it's new clarity. It's new information. So again, we're going to find out information, and with that information, we're going to have to make changes so we can still win, so we can still succeed, so we can still get that trophy we've been after. Let's take a look at our clarifiers and see what other messages I can give you. First up, we have the Fool card. Love the Fool card. It's the first card in the Major Arcana. Fresh hope, taking chances, new paths, adventures, beginnings with the Fool card here. I do feel like this is a really good opportunity. This trophy, this win we're trying to get, I feel like we need to go all in on it because it's worth it. So as information comes out, as we realize we have to make change, just know this is still worth it. We want the Fool, we want the beginning, we want the win. Whatever this is, we want this opportunity. The next card that we have is the Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups is typically a love card, very romantic, very proposal. But also when we think about in terms of proposal, this is about the opportunity. And with the Knight of Cups, this is the epitome, the perfect, the ideal. So again, we want this thing, we need this thing. It's exactly what we want. We need this opportunity. So we need to be willing to make the changes as we find out more information. At the bottom, we have the King of Wands. This is a bold card. This is about making bold moves. It's about making power moves. I think some of the changes you're going to have to make, Gemini, are going to be really aggressive. So just be ready for that. But again, we want this thing. It's the ideal. It's the perfect. It's the epitome. So we're willing to make those aggressive changes. Taking a look at our next column, we're going to talk about anything related to money. So a quick money message for you. It says, remove the word broke from your vocabulary. You are abundant with resources and opportunities to assist in building wealth. So in this column, we're going to talk about anything related to money, job, career, finances, businesses you run, investments you have, whatever you associate with money. So first up we have the Seven of Wands here. So with the Seven of Wands, this is like competition. There's some sort of competition. There's some sort of like you and another person are competing for something. Maybe you feel like you have to defend or justify your work. But I feel like there's competition. So it's interesting because I don't know that you know that you're in a competition, Gemini, but you are. So just know that you're competing for something. The next card that we have is the Star card. If you take a look at this big star at this top here, this is about being in the spotlight. And I feel like you're competing for a job. You're competing for the spotlight. And again, I don't know that you know you're competing, Gemini. So make sure you're putting your best work out. You are going to want to be the one that ends up in the spotlight here. At the bottom, we have the Seven of Swords. So there's like a meaning behind the Seven of Swords that's like dishonesty. But in this case, I feel like it's lack of transparency. So again, I feel like there is a competition happening, Gemini. You are in the competition and you just don't know it. You don't have that kind of visibility or clarity into it. But I can assure you, you want to be the one that comes out on top. You want to be the one in the spotlight here. I hate to say it, but like people could potentially be getting laid off, or maybe a new position's opening and you're going to get pushed into that new promotion, that new position. So again, you want to be the one on top. Taking a look at our clarifiers, first up we have the Two of Wands. The Two of Wands is a waiting card, so again, I don't know that you're going to know about the end results of this competition for a little while. I don't think you know about it now, but there are opportunities here, and that's what the globe is in this person's hand. And again, you want to be the one that's eligible for that opportunity. The next card we have is the Nine of Wands. This is a persistence card, so this is pushing. Again, it seems silly to push for a competition you don't even know that you're in, but something is happening, and again, you want to be in the spotlight. You want to be in good graces here, Gemini. Last but not least, we have the Queen of Pentacles. This is about being very resourceful, so using your resources wisely. Your time, your money, your energy. Again, I think this is the right place to use those resources. Put your best work out there. Looking at our next column now, let's talk about anything related to love here, Gemini. So we have only time will tell. In this column, we're going to talk about anything related to love, family, friends, relationship, children, marriage, whatever you associate with love here. So first up, we have the Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands is very creative. It's a card of freedom. It's a card of flexibility. I think that life is balancing out here, Gemini. I feel like we've maybe been busy, people have been gone, things have been out of whack, but I feel like there's freedom, there's flexibility, there's open time again. The next card that we have is the Three of Cups. This is a card of like celebration, a card of support. So again, I feel like maybe you're finishing something, you've wrapped something up, and now we have this kind of openness again. So we got done what we needed to get done. Now we have some calm, we have some flexibility, we have some freedom. We're seeing that with the Temperance card too at the bottom. Love the Temperance card. It's a card of balance, harmony, moderation. Again, I just feel like life is balanced out. We were so busy with something, but we've gotten it done, and now you have some freedom, some flexibility, a little bit of cushion in your schedule, which is great to see. Let's take a look at our clarifiers. So at first we have the Two of Swords. The Two of Swords is a card. One of the meanings of this card is like compromise though. And again, I feel like your time was compromised. You didn't have work-life balance. Things were out of whack. We were all in on something. But again, we have this kind of freedom, this flexibility now. So our time is no longer crunch time. It's no longer compromised. The next card we have is the Ten of Wands. This is a very busy card. It's stress, exhaustion. It's feeling like we have too many burdens. I love to see that we're wrapping some of these things up so we're not overwhelmed, we're not stressed, we're not exhausted anymore. We're getting this kind of balance. Last but not least, we have the King of Pentacles. The King of Pentacles is very solid, practical wise. This is calm, even, flat. So again, I just feel like your work-life balance perhaps was super out of whack. Maybe somebody was gone, maybe you were traveling. There's this nice kind of peace, balance, harmony, and that's really going to help feed the love life in a positive manner. Let's take a look now at our fourth and final column, which is a message from our future self or spirit guides. We have the summary affirmation card of influence. This is a really cool card, and I think it's a good reminder of two things. First, it's a reminder of focus on the things that you can control, focus on the things that you can influence. The second reminder, though, is I feel like this calls attention and reminds you that you have more control and more influence than you realize. So I like to see that. Again, you have more influence than I think most of the time we see or feel. Let's take a look at our cards, though, see what messages I can give you here, Gemini. So first up, we have the King of Swords. The King of Swords is very strategic, very intentional. This is long term. I feel like you are maybe feeling like you don't have say over something long term. You don't have the influence you would like. With the King of Swords, this is about leveraging a professional as well. So again, I feel like there's something you want long term. You don't feel like you have the influence over the way you would like to. So I feel like this professional is really important here. So this is like taking it to the next level, making sure you're making progress on the thing that you want. The next card we have is the Page of Pentacles. I do feel like this thing is going to lead to money, but we have to kind of wait for it. But again, I think to take the next step and continue to pursue this thing that we want long term, I feel like professional support, a counselor, a financial advisor, whatever it may be, is needed here. A structural engineer. I have no idea what some of you are up to, Gemini. But to take it to that next level, I think that professional is going to be what gets you there. At the bottom, we have the Ten of Cups, my favorite card in the entire deck. Total love, support, happiness, contentment. Again, I feel like we need a little bit of support. So maybe we're acknowledging that we don't have control, we don't have influence, but there's somebody that can help influence. There's somebody that can help support this. Let's take a look at our clarifiers. First up, we have the Empress. This is, again, a card of creations. There's something you want, there's something you're working on, but to take it to that next level, to get that next step done, Gemini, I feel like we need the support of a professional. We need additional influence. We need additional support. The next card we have is the Seven of Swords. I do feel like some of you are ready to throw in the towel on this and give up on this. But in reality, again, I feel like there is somebody that can help get this to the next step. You're just feeling stuck and you feel like, again, you don't have the control or the influence. Last but not least, we have the Four of Cups. You are feeling, again, disappointed, lack of fulfillment, apathy, ready to give up on it here. And we see that with the Four of Cups. But there is support here and we can get the support we need. So it's almost like at this point, Gemini, we either need to commit to this and go and get the help we need to get it done, or we got to let it go. But I think for the most of you, I encourage you to get the help so you can get that extra push to get this over to get it over the hump that we've been feeling. All right, looking at our clarifiers now, looking at our Gypsy Witch fortune telling deck, I'm going to give you the opportunity to ask 3 yes or no questions. If you don't have 3 questions in mind, you can pause the video here and think of them. But question number 1, we have the 3 of clubs, number 5 card. That's going to be a yes. Question number 2, we have the 2 of hearts, number 19 card. That's going to be a yes. And question number 3, we have the 7 of hearts, number 21 card. That's going to be a yes. So 3 yeses across the board there for you, Gemini. We're going to pull a card from our Healing Stones deck as well, which is a crystal to keep with you through the month of June. Your crystal here, Gemini, is amethyst, which is good for dreams, losses, sorrow, knowing when to let go, intuition, reality, and clarity. Last but not least, we're going to pull a card from our Healing Notes deck. Your healing note says, you will begin to heal when you let go of past hurt, forgive those who have wronged you, and learn to forgive yourself for your mistakes. Thank you so much, Gemini, for tuning in, watching, and listening. Please like, comment, share, subscribe, follow. Let me know how this video resonates with you. Again, subscriptions help me greatly, and you'll be notified when I post new content. Also, I did include my Venmo in the comments box if you'd like to make a donation. But thank you so much, Gemini, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your June.